Hi guys, welcome from the UK, southwest UK, near Bristol, and I've spent most of my morning. What time? It's 12:05 p.m. So I spent a lot of my day, more than I expected. I was going to just post a quick video of Elvis, I think in the mid-60s, riding up and down Graceland on his horses with some of his staff. But then I started thinking, well, I want to look into the background of why Elvis had horses, the history, who he bought horses were, who his favorite horses were, and what kind of relationship he had with his horses and the closeness he had with his horses. I did find out that he did eventually buy, I think, 160-acre ranch as well. But I'm going to concentrate this video on Graceland. So I'm going to, with the help of my phone, I'm going to get some information as well. So I've been messing around for ages. So this is what I've learned so far, that during the filming of Flaming Star, there was an incident where the horse got away from Elvis that put the fear in Elvis. Elvis, for a while, had nothing to do with horses because of this situation that happened during filming. But then one Christmas, I think 1967, Elvis decided to surprise Priscilla and buy her a black horse. So I think I'm pretty sure it was called Domino. And so you got to imagine that the back of Graceland, there was quite a large barn behind Graceland. And whilst Elvis was in his office, he could look out to this barn. So he bought Priscilla this horse, and she loved Domino. And he would often watch her riding up and down behind Graceland. And this made him want one for himself and reignited a passion of his. Don't forget, Elvis loved Westerns. So the whole cowboy thing and dressing up like a cowboy really appealed to Elvis. So I've learned that, let me just get to the clips. So this is when we get a golden Palomino. Elvis wanted a golden Palomino quartet horse. And he would go horse hunting in the middle of the night, or should I say in the early hours of the morning, because obviously everything Elvis did, he was followed. So Elvis would go horse hunting with some of the Memphis Mafia, sometimes with Priscilla, and he specifically wanted a golden Palomino. And so I've learned that his favorite horse, he had two favorite horses. The most well-known one, I think, is the Rising Sun, which he also named his barn over. So the barn was called the House of the Rising Sun. So I know he also had an award-winning black horse called Bear. Now, I'm just trying to find the details. So let me just think. Okay, he even kept donkeys as well. So I'm just learning as I go. Oh, it's Flaming Star was the film where he had a problem with a horse. So it's really, I didn't realize Elvis loved his horses so much. So he really did spend time with his horses, grooming them. And after a long ride, he would bring them back to the stables and really care for them and cool them down and get rid of the tackle and that. He spent hundreds of hours with his horses. And I would say that after singing and acting, the horses was his next love. And we all know that Elvis eventually did buy all of the Memphis Mafia and their wives and also friends and family members horses. So I know Elvis loved animals. He had many animals, dogs. He had heated stables as well. And he had, obviously, we know about the monkeys, which I think was called Scat. Was it called Scat? Someone's going to put me right on that. So let me just listen to this. So let's just see. I'm learning as I go. 'Cause, 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 So that, yeah, so he would love to race up and down Graceland on these horses. And I think with Bear, the black one, he would like to wear a hat and a suit and look smart. But with the golden, what's it called again? The golden Palomino, he would like to dress up like a cowboy in proper cowboy gear. And he would show off in front of the fans waiting outside the gates, shooting up and down on Rising Sun. And it got to such a problem where there was 300 or 400 cars pulling up outside the gates to watch Elvis and his family and his friends and the Memphis Mafia riding up and down very fast. And eventually, I think it bothered the police. It became a bit of a problem. So I know that even now, Graceland keeps the tradition of having a golden Alpino. I keep getting that wrong. A golden Palomino horse. And there are, even now, there is a relative of the Rising Sun horse that is, I'm not sure, that has been called, I think it's something like the Son of the Rising Sun. I'm trying to find it. Still now today, living at Graceland, and the stables are still kept together, and they're very famous. I think she's called Aileen. I'm still learning here. A famous horse stable person called Aileen. And I'm going to put this, here we are, Aileen Alexandra, for over 30 years has been looking after the stables. And they take these stables at Graceland very seriously. They run it like a business. So I just think, I never realized just how much love Elvis had for his horses. So my video I'm making today, and I found some brilliant pictures, is going to be all about Elvis's love of horses. I found a very good interview with Priscilla talking about Elvis and his love for horses, which I'm going to add on to it. And there's a news clip of Aileen Alexandra recently talking about how she's still there and she does the upkeep of the run of the horses, basically. So yeah, so one of Elvis's favorite horses that was named Bear was a Tennessee walking horse. And he named it after Memphis Mayor William B. Ingram. And he actually purchased this horse for his friends and family. So it's really interesting. And there's a lot of great pictures. I'm going to try and include them in of Elvis riding his horses with his horses. So it's just so interesting. I literally could go on and on. There's so much information here. So could you imagine? He actually used to ride up to the fans and give autographs whilst he was riding these horses, and he would talk to the fans and show off his horses. Could you imagine being there in the 70s? And he rode horses right from the 60s right until the mid 70s. It was always such an important thing to him. And I know he spent a lot of money making sure that the stables, behind Graceland were really well run, really up together. And he personally took a lot of time getting things to the standard that he wanted them to be. And he did take this very seriously. Anyway, so the point of this video is to say that I'm surprised just how fond Elvis was of his horses. But it runs true with his personality and his kindness and his nature, that he was a genuine animal lover, because he loved all animals. He was just a super kind person, and he treated his own animals like human beings. They were close friends of his. They really were important to him, and he wanted them to be comfortable and warm and happy and well looked after and well fed. So it just says everything about Elvis. So the other thing is, I have posted a couple more videos this morning, which I think you're going to find quite interesting. They're just little clips of Elvis in the 70s. With there's another one that shows really good interviews of the fans being interviewed when they're waiting at the airport for him. And I just love the interviews. It's like it's almost like you're stood there with the fans. They're so excited and so glad, even though they didn't really get to see him properly. They saw him walk down off the aeroplane, and he was in a rush. He was wearing his karate clothing, and there's a backstory with this. Something happened. I think it's something to do with his medication happened. And this is part of the reason he rushed off so quick and didn't stop to talk to the fans in the way that he normally does. You probably know better than I do. I have read about it. So this is the one that I posted that is called Elvis Presley Arrives at the Airport. So, and then the other one I posted was, oh yes. So they're hurriedly rushing out of a concert, I think via the back doors. But then it shows quite a few people being rushed out the back door to get into the car. That Red West is letting everyone into the car. And one of the people rushing out is actually is Linda Thompson. So that gives you some sort of idea of what year this was. I think it could have been 75 or 76. But this footage, I've never seen this footage before. Elvis gives a little smile at the camera as he's rushing out. But then you see all the different members of the Memphis Mafia. And I think at least one of his cousins in that footage. And it's such good footage. It's not very long. It's under a minute. And the cameras are flashing. And it really captures a moment. I think you're going to really like it. And that one's called Elvis Presley, newly found footage, 1970s, leaving the concert. And I think you're going to really like that. And then I did one yesterday, which was a bit more of a quiz. And if I'm a bit unsure about stuff, I'll put it out as a quiz. And then I tend to find that you guys on your comments basically teach me. So the things I should know, which I haven't done enough research for, you tell me where I'm going wrong and the names of people and the year it is and Elvis's age, and just you update me on things that I probably could find out if I did a bit more research. And I really like it when you guys join in and help me learn about Elvis, because I'm no Elvis expert. I want to make that very clear to you. I'm learning. I'm a fan, but I'm not an expert. And I read many, many of your comments to learn. You guys are teaching me a lot. I know that most of you out there probably know a hell of a lot more than me. So please keep giving me lessons, guys, because I really need it. So I've got my work cut out for me today, because that horse video, because I'm adding interviews with Priscilla and there's a news article, and then I want to audio over the horse footage where Elvis is riding around Gracelands. And it's going to take me a while, so I'm not sure when I'm going to be able to post it. I've got to go to work today, so I've got some stuff to do on the seaside of where I live. So that's it, guys. Any questions? Anything you want to say? Far away. And I know that I always try and help. Most of you don't watch. Most of you don't watch these until middle of the night, because a lot of you are from America. So by the time you're watching this live stream, I'll probably be asleep. So that's it. Anyway, guys, appreciate it. And thanks for hearing me out. I hope you enjoy the videos I'm posting. You know I love it. And I send in all of you love. God bless to all of you. And may your God go with you, whoever he is. Peace out. Take care. And I give you a wave.